Hello guys, welcome back to Arsenal News Now, the late edition, the evening edition, and this is about a creative midfielder. Updates around Arsenal, and it is the creative midfielder we're going to talk about, Houssem Aouar and Joaquin Correa. Those are the two players that have been actually linked with Arsenal in the past 2 or 4 hours. I'm gonna speak about them widely. Arsenal are set to launch a bid for Houssem Aouar, which could be as low as £20 million. That is an absolute bargain, and the contract could actually be around 100k per week. That is so low. That is so low. It could be one of the easiest deals. And of course, I've been listening to Charles Watts, and he said there is much interest from Arsenal in the likes of in the likes of Houssem Aouar. There was much interest last summer. There is still lots and lots of interest from Arsenal this summer. However, we are also considering other options like James Maddison, and in that we are looking at Joaquin Correa from Lazio. Talks between Arsenal and Lazio are ongoing between Lazio and Arsenal, are ongoing for Lucas Torreira, and we are considering a swap deal for Joaquin Correa. So we're gonna discuss that and more in this video. Please make sure you smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, because it really means a lot, and turn on the notification bell. The video is brought to you by OneXpert. OneXpert brings you all your betting tips, all your betting all your betting accessories, all your games. You could bet on the Euros right now. They are ongoing. Of course, they are very, very unpredictable. I just hate tournaments. But we've got to bet that betting is just like a sport. It's part of the sport now. If you're not, if you're part of football, then you're part of betting. So if you do like betting, check out OneXpert. Betting is not authorized for people below the age of 18 years. There. So let's get into it. And I'm widely going to speak about the issue of a creative midfielder, but who are we looking at the moment? First and foremost, let us look at a report from Sky. This was actually coming from Sky, and they were saying that Lazio have opened talks to sign Lucas Torreira, and Arsenal could include Joaquin Correa in a swap deal. Torreira is on top of Mauricio Sarri's shopping list at Lazio. Now, of course, we did confirm a couple of weeks ago that one of the players that's gonna leave Arsenal was Lucas Torreira. The problem with Torreira is the price tag. He wants to go back to South America. No one is gonna pay the price tag Arsenal want. £20 million. That is ridiculous for any club down in South America to pay that money. So what's gonna happen? I think he might move to another club, either in Italy or Spain, in a swap deal, and that's what Arsenal are trying to do. We are trying to take advantage of the situation. I don't think Lazio will give us £25 million or £20 million in Lucas Torreira. But if you negotiate a swap deal between Lucas Torreira and Joaquin Correa, that could be brilliant. That could be very, very brilliant. A brilliant move. And I've seen, according to Sky, the player, Correa, is valued at around €30 million. So there is a valuation, a difference in valuation of €10 million between Lucas Torreira and Joaquin Correa. Now the question is, would you take Correa at Arsenal? I know many of you do not watch the Italian Serie A. Look, I don't watch the Italian Serie A so much as well, but I've seen Correa as a person. I've seen Joaquin Correa as a player. There were rumors that we had come with a bid for Correa. They were not true. We have not made anything further than our interest. We are considering just a swap deal for the player. He's exciting. He's a creative midfielder, and Arsenal are just looking for that. Are we gonna sign him? Well, that's a little bit hard. I don't know the stand of Lazio. Do they want to sell? What are they thinking about? A swap deal. Do they want money straightforward? I've not seen so many players linked with Correa. I think it was Atletico Madrid, and Madrid have decided to sign Rodrigo Di Paul from Udinese. So Arsenal have a chance to send Correa, but like I've already said, it is still in the rumors. And still talking about the rumors, which is a a little bit closer than the Correa deal is the Houssem Aouar deal. It's back on. It's back on. And they said it will get back on. So a couple of reports, I've just picked one, but a couple of reports have reported Arsenal are set to launch an Houssem Aouar deal, Houssem Aouar transfer bid, and can finally land the long-term target for a bargain of 20 million euros. Now, look, I've talked about Houssem Aouar and his possibilities of joining Arsenal before, and I said it was around 3 weeks ago, and we said according to L'Equipe, because I think they're the most credible in terms of French reports. So L'Equipe was saying the Arsenal were actually granted the opportunity to sign the player who is first and foremost, interested in a move away from Lyon. And Lyon is also interested in selling. The fact that they do not have Champions League football has reduced the valuation of Houssem Aouar from 40 million euros to 20 million euros. Now, look, I mean, it doesn't make sense, honestly. It doesn't make sense, but it also makes some sense. First and foremost, let us talk about it. Okay, it's not going to be a swap deal, and Arsenal do like swap deals, but it's not going to be a swap deal. The likes of Matteo Guendouzi, that's never going to happen. Last summer, we were interested in Houssem Aouar. It was a perfect time for Lyon to sell. Honestly, I'm not bragging like that. The valuation of their player has fallen, but it was the perfect time for them to sell. First and foremost, Arsenal were desperate. We wanted the player. We were very desperate. Second of all, I think we were willing to give them decent money. It was decent. Very, very decent money. And they objected. I think they were a little bit proud. They're so hard, to negotiate with, blah, 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 and so on. Now, it has reached a time when, one, they need to sell a player. At least they will sell one or two players. They're going to lose Memphis Depay. They're going to lose Houssem Aouar at a very, very cheap fee. It's going to affect them. Honestly, it's really going to affect them. Aouar is just 23 years of age. He is an interesting young player. Look, I've had so many people, criticize Houssem Aouar. Look, he has had a better season than the previous season when we wanted him. You were crazy. You wanted him. You were asking and screaming for him. Now that you think his valuation has fallen, you don't want him because you think his value has fallen. I think he's a good player. He's still a very world-class player. The only difference is Lyon are in financial struggles. They're in financial problems, and that's why they cannot actually skyrocket or make that price astronomical. So according to reports, Arsenal are preparing that bid, and we are also preparing a contract. According to the reports I've seen from the credible sources I have, we are preparing him a contract of 100k per week. Of course, I think even last summer we were considering 100k. So it looks like our interest in Houssem Aouar is still very, very alive. And Charles Watts has been speaking on his YouTube channel. He works with goal.com, and please do check out his work. Is very fantastic. And he was saying that, look, Arsenal had genuine interest in Houssem Aouar last summer. There is no way it could have disappeared all of a sudden. And that's what I say, that if United are serious about Jadon Sancho, a player they were looking at last summer, there's no way you tell me Arsenal has just dropped its interest in Houssem Aouar. So we are back on. It's back on. It's back on. It's back on. I want to see where this ends. Look, the problem with this deal is Houssem Aouar and his scam are looking at a club that has Champions League football. The player is more interested in a club that has Champions League football, and he's interested in crossing over to Juventus. That is the problem. A couple of other clubs have been interested as well, but the beauty is Arsenal looks like the genuine, the genuine destination. We are providing what they want. What they want is to leave Lyon in this summer, and that's we want. We want a playmaker. They want their player to leave Lyon, and that is where the consensus could be made. 20 million pounds is a bargain, but he is not a number 10, so his deal should not affect the deals of James Maddison. and the likes of Martin Odegaard. If Arsenal is pursuing Maddison and Houssem Aouar, it's only understandable. Aouar is not a number 10 unless we are playing a 4-3-3 with a person like Kevin De Bruyne, because Aouar could be that kind of player like Kevin De Bruyne. But otherwise, he's not a number 10, but he has a lot of creativity in that midfield. My name is Cossy. I'll speak to you in the next one. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us meet when we discuss the contract situation of Kian Tierney, because that's the video coming up. And look, I've spoken about William Saliba, but I've got to speak about him. And it looks like Dinos Mavropanos is gonna leave to Stuttgart on a permanent deal. I'll speak about that at exactly 10. I think around 11 or 10. I'll also speak about William Saliba, because it looks like there are 4 clubs interested, and Arsenal is looking at selling because we want Ben White. So there's a lot going on. Catch me at 11 p.m. today, and of course tomorrow I'll have a spree of stories, around 6 or 5 stories tomorrow, so that we can actually clear up whatever we know about Arsenal transfers this week. We prepare for the next week. Love you so much. See you in the next one.